Hey, Randy Joe here, and welcome back to Soul September, the month where we are going to be listening to different soul albums throughout the month of September, of course. And today we are going to follow it up with an album that has been recommended by a few commenters so far. That being, of course, Curtis Mayfield's 1970 seminal record, Curtis. Now, this is another classic soul album from the 1970s, one that has slipped through my radar for far too long, and one that I've wanted to check out considering Curtis Mayfield is, quite a legend, especially within the soul scene, and I love that classic soul style, so I can't see how I won't love this. It has 8 tracks. We are not listening, of course, to all the bonus content here. 8 tracks here, though, with 2 tracks that are pretty lengthy. The opener and track number 5, which I guess would open up the second side of the vinyl. Also, at almost 9 minutes. That's insane. Some lengthy soul tracks, which I love. A nice lengthy soul track. After all, Isaac Hayes' Hot Butter Soul is my favorite soul album. There's some lengthy bangers on that one. Still, let's get back to the man out here, Curtis Mayfield. Opening track is, like I said, 7 minutes and 50 seconds. 14 million streams. Let's jump into it.
I was so depressed, and I went and got the Bible, and I turned to the book of Revelation. And if people would just get and read the Bible and read the book of Revelations, they would really turn around and straighten up.
Getting political right off the bat.
This is all we need to do, is just get a good book and read it
Which I know Curtis
to everyday life.
isn't one to shy away from the political themes.
Niggas, whiteys,
Didn't expect that.
Jews, crackers.
Oh. Kind of funky and psychedelic the way it kind of swirled into things. I don't even think I said the title. But, as you know, the title is Don't Worry, If There Is a Hell Below, We're All Gonna Go. Condemning us all. I love how varied the instrumentals are. Kind of groove-based. That cycling drum, too. I love that echo effect. Really, like, transporting us into his mind. I really like that, like some sort of synth or a guitar. I'm not too sure, like an electric guitar, whatever it is, the thing that's driving the groove over top. It's nice, it's thick, and slowly buries itself in the background underneath the beautiful percussion that is super skittery. Really groovy this track is. Love how much he really lets the instrumental play out. Something that some of the soul musicians I've listened to have not done as much as I would like. But Curtis certainly does here. Oh, God, that drum work. Love these, like, just incredible spurts of creativity. Certainly not shying away from getting political, while at the same time just having fun. Oh, kind of a menacing rattle there. What is this finish? Very, like, futuristic space groove. Well paced, fantastic track. Loved how much it just jams out. The percussion, super skittery, bouncing off one another. That really bold, kind of driving, electric, kind of like synth sound throughout as well. That slowly gets buried in the mix. I really like that slight touch to it. Also, blending some soul with a psychedelic production twist. Liked it a lot. That was a great track, a great opener. Sets the stage. Where do we go from here? Let's go into the other side of town. And a harp ushering us in. That cymbal is enveloping us. Okay. Kind of an eerie, menacing, brassy tone. Theatrical.
I'm from the other side of town.
I feel like the smoke cleared here.
To anybody who don't live around.
Love his voice. Very distinct
I
sound.
never learned to share
Nice and soft.
or how to care. I never had no teachings about being fair.
Yeah, take it all for himself.
Depression is part of my mind. My brother's hand-me-down shoes is now showing his
Struggling in poverty.
ghetto blues shown on the news. All is well.
Really pouring out his
What
sorrows.
the hell do they care?
Oh, these horns. Kind of reminded me of Al Green for some reason. You know, that
From the other
classic
side
brass soul sound.
out of bounds. To anybody
And I love
who don't live around.
the somewhat theatrical performance.
I never learned to share. Depression is part of my mind.
He lives with it.
The sun never shines on the other side.
Just stuck in the slums, the ghetto, like he suggests.
There's always for more.
Beautiful track.
Really got a hold on.
I really love the, like I said, very theatrical element to it. You know, kind of opened up with this in-your-face, enveloping harp. You know, and then it feels like we cleared the air, and out came Curtis, performing very theatrically about living in poverty in what I'm gathering is the slums, the ghettos, and just how hard it is to live on that side of town, kind of painting a picture of something that people can't quite understand or relate to very vividly. Just a fantastic track, very brassy too in the horns. I loved it. The Makings of You. Let's keep going. This is a solid soul album so far. It is classics, like just tones throughout. And I'm loving the harp work as well. Keeps things nice and light. Feel like we're floating on a cloud.
Thing around you. These are the makings of you. It is true.
Very sweet track, lyrically.
Of you. The righteous way to
I like how kind of laid back, low key this one sounds. Ooh, a little detour. Back on this cloud, we're floating around. A very syrupy track. How sweet this one is. I like this one. A nice detour away from the more politically driven tracks. It's something much more sweeter, more relatable. and that of love, it would seem. But very pretty. Just a nice, light, airy track. Doesn't feel as heavy as those two openers, which I liked. A little breather. Let's go back into what I'm gonna imagine to be politically charged. Is "We the People Who Are Darker Than Blue."
We people
Ooh,
who are
a slower
blue,
beat to this one.
let what others say come true. We're
Just
just
stand
good
up.
for nothing. They all feel
A
it
call to
up.
act seems to be the idea here.
Born of shiftless jigger. Now we can't hardly stand for that tale. You're just the surface of our dark, deep well.
He's calling all people of color on this track.
You know your color is same as me.
Relating the struggles to one another.
As you stand,
Ooh. I like that. Rising simmer. Very daunting. Where are we going? Ooh. Stripping it back. Like a beat switch here. Ooh. This bongo work is fantastic. Why have I not liked this song already? It's picking up the pace.
let me love in my own way.
Oh, that's just sounds like so grandiose. Really punchy, this instrumental is. Reminding me of Mr. Isaac Hayes here. We're gonna switch back. This track is insane, by the way. Easily my favorite so far. Such diverse production. And right
Now
back
I
into it.
know
Oh,
We have great respect
this is a perfect track as far as I'm concerned.
for the sister and mother. Pardon me, brother,
This is a beautiful track.
while you stand
It's so
in your
delicate
glory.
on this opening and closing section,
I know you won't mind
while so
if I tell
explosive in that
the
middle
story.
section.
But let us not be so satisfied, for tomorrow can be an even brighter day.
Incredible, amazing track. Wow. Explosive in that middle section, while so, like I said, so delicate with that opening, closing harp, gentle, slow soul track kind of element to it. It's very diverse, it's very dense. The bongo playing throughout, especially in that middle section, spectacular. Those horns, really grandiose, feeling similar to that of Isaac Hayes. This is an incredible track. Let's keep going. The next one is 9 minutes, by the way. Really hope we get more explosive sort of soundscapes like we did on this one. This track being Move On Up, extended version. Oh, I know this one. I know Kanye sampled this one, if I'm not mistaken.
Hush not,
On Touch the Sky, I believe.
Just move on up toward your destination. Though you may find
This is the extended version, but I don't want it any other way.
not child, and don't crack.
I love the bongos throughout this album too. Really adds like a different flair to that soul sound. Oh, not sure what that tinny sound is. Almost like a steel pan or something. Really love the kind of different regiments he sings on. That higher pitch one there. Dials it back down. And then, oh. Oh. We're bringing it down. Where are we going with this? Ooh. Shoved it back, right back on the percussion again. I just love how clean it sounds when it shifts back too. Ooh, that bongo just slowly sliding in. Didn't even catch that. It's like we're adding each element here. Oh, a saxophone. A welcome addition. I wish we knew what players were at hand here, but unfortunately the personnel section is a little messy. But whoever it is, that sax adds that nice warmth to the track. This one really just riding out the instrumental, pushing in every direction. I feel like this bongo player's hands are just gonna fall off at any minute. This whole back half just really riding out. Oh. Riding out the rhythm of the groove. Feels almost like improvisational with how much it just continues to detour. Great track. 102 million streams. See, easy to see why. It's super jammy, super fun. Great sense of groove throughout. Loved the bongo playing, but especially as well the horns, which feel really brassy, really in your face. They kind of just like explode and kind of spill over everything else. Let's go into Miss Black America, which feels significantly shorter, and only 3 minutes compared to that one there. I'm sure the pacing will feel even quicker.
Hello, baby. How's my love child?
Fine.
Tell me, of all your dreams, what most do you hope to be when you become a big girl?
Daddy, I would like to be Miss Black America.
Oh, sweet conversation. Open it up.
Society salutes you today, and we'd like to say, God bless.
God bless.
Black America. Watch over Miss Black America.
I like those harmonies too.
She cried tears of success.
Nice warmth in the voice.
So beautifully equal.
This one's sung with a sense of optimism, or like a dreamlike vision. Maybe like a better world. I like this one, a much more classic soul sound to it. Feels like it's inspired more from the 60s soul sound. Maybe not as forward-thinking as some of those other tracks, but it does dial things back, which I like, after that intense 9-minute epic. Let's go into Wild and Free. Let's keep it going. Pacing of that one too, very brisk. Wow, well, these are. That was. What an explosive opening. Those horns squealing into the ears. Those harps are back. And who wouldn't? Curtis, I'm in agreement here. Ooh. I like those strings too. Again, very whimsical. Kind of adding to that free atmosphere he's preaching for. Again, a call to change, it would seem, given the political nature of the time. Oh. Such a gentle guitar. Not expected when these horns are so prevalent on the mix. I love how, again, super light this track feels, and free-flowing. Similar to the goal, the nature of the lyrics. Man, these horns throughout the album have been explosive, consistently, just like always, searing into your ears at times. Let's go into Give It Up to close out the album. Only 3 minutes. Much more dialed back.
About the happiness we both set out to possess.
I like the dream-like, kind of like xylophone that sounds like in the background there.
A few kids and
That plucking.
And to tell it like it is, I must confess, I'm gonna have to give it up.
Ooh.
I'm gonna have to give it up.
You throwing in the towel here.
All concerned and
Oh, I love how this is so airy.
never happened with us. It never happened, you see. And I'm so sorry.
Giving up on his woman here, it would seem.
And the kids you must
And his kids.
And the invulnerable word incompatible.
They don't fit.
No matter how much we try,
Can't go on pretending.
difference would still show. Now we've got to give it up.
I like the sort of climactic feel to this track.
I'm gonna have to give it up.
Feels like it's closing out the album with a bang. Oh,
All concern and the trust
and this nice
that never happened with
come
us.
down.
The warmth of embrace. And I'm so sorry. Now we've got to give it up.
And really abandoning his woman on this track, I think, is the main idea.
To give it up. Lord have mercy. Now I
I guess he wants that freedom.
I gotta give it up.
No strings.
All concern and the trust that never happened with us.
I love this back and forth with the chorus and the verses. Maybe a bit repetitive, but I like it because it has such a climactic kind of finale feel to the album. Maybe he feels some sort of guilt there, but he can't pretend any longer. I love that one. That one's just fantastic. I feel like that is a great closer to the album, and I love the back and forth delivery from the chorus to the verse, where it goes super explosive in its sound and then dials it back, much in the same way that the track "We the People Who Are Darker Than Blue" does, which again I also really enjoyed that element there. Interestingly enough, that was track 4. That's track 8, kind of like a parallel, I would say. Don't know if that's intentional, but I do love the sort of difference in delivery. That does it for the album. This is a fantastic album. This one's a breezy album. It's very airy. It's very light, which I like quite a bit. But politically, it is still quite heavy. I mean, "We the People Who Are Darker Than Blue," "The Other Side of Town," "If There Is a Hell Below, We Are All Going to Go," "Miss Black America." I feel like those are all quite on the nose politically, and fantastic tracks that really kind of dive into the turmoil of the times while still being very groovy, really fun, really airy, and sometimes very syrupy in the delivery. "The Makings of You" was a nice, sweet, lovey-dovey soul track in this mix of political turmoil. And the grooves, the playing, though, that's where this thing really shines. Because, I mean, Curtis's singing is fantastic. It's beautiful. It's soft. Sometimes it's very deep. Sometimes it's very light. He could be so soft, but he could also be so bold in his performance. But the instrumental, I wish we had a more accurate personnel here to follow. But I want to say, like, the horn work, especially, and the bongo work throughout this album, assuming it's all the same players, they are fantastic. I feel like they really make the unique production and sound of this album, and really add to that classic 70s soul flair that kind of reminds me of like Al Green meets Isaac Hayes. You've got the grooviness and the kind of grandiosity of an Isaac Hayes mixed with the very kind of like brassy classic soul sound of an Al Green. So point being, this is a great album that is honestly just like super enjoyable and fun, while at the same time still being kind of complex and serious in its lyricism. But that does it for today's video. If you like this video, please hit like, subscribe to follow along listening to more soul albums. We'll be closing out the series fairly soon. I believe we have about 5 more videos. I already know what I'm going to cover. However, if you do want to recommend some down below, go right ahead, and we'll see if I could try to squeeze it in, or at least save it for a later date. I always appreciate a recommendation. But yeah, that does it for the video. And if you like this video, please hit like and subscribe, like I said, to follow along with me. As always, my name is Randy Joe. I appreciate you watching, and I'm signing off.